the early roles that built Hyunbin's legacy. Before global fame, before the awards, Hyunbin was just another rookie trying to survive in a brutal industry. But hidden in his early roles are the exact moments that shaped a legend. And once you see them, you'll understand why he was destined for greatness. The quiet beginning. Hyunbin's journey didn't begin with instant success. In fact, his early appearances were small, almost forgettable. His first noticeable role came in Bodyguard 2003, where he played a minor character with limited screen time. But even then, there was something different. A quiet intensity, a presence that didn't need loud lines to be felt. It was subtle, but it was there. The first breakthrough. Then came Ireland 2004. This was the first time audiences began to truly notice him. His performance wasn't flashy. It was restrained, emotional, deeply human. You could see an actor learning how to hold pain without overacting it. And that is rare. But the real turning point came just 1 year later. The role that changed everything. In 2005, Hyunbin starred in My Name is Kim Sam-soon. This wasn't just a hit drama. It was a cultural phenomenon in South Korea. Playing the cold yet vulnerable Kim Joo-hyuk, Hyunbin captured something audiences couldn't resist. A man who looked perfect on the outside, but carried emotional scars inside. The chemistry, the humor, the emotional depth, it all clicked. Overnight, Hyunbin was no longer a rising actor. He became a star, proving he was more than a romance star. Many actors get trapped after one iconic role, but Hyunbin chose a different path. In Snow Queen 2006, he took on a darker, more melancholic character. This was not a safe choice. The drama itself wasn't a massive hit, but his performance showed something important. He wasn't afraid to fail. He was chasing growth, and that decision would define his career. Expanding into film. Hyunbin didn't stay confined to television. With A Millionaire's First Love 2006, he stepped into cinema, exploring a softer, emotional storyline. Then came I Am Happy 2008, a much heavier, psychological role. This wasn't mainstream. This wasn't easy to watch. But it proved one thing clearly. Hyunbin wasn't just building fame. He was building range. The foundation of a legend. By the time he entered the 2010s, Hyunbin had already done something most actors never achieve. He built a foundation, not on hype, not on looks alone, but on carefully chosen roles that expanded his identity. So when global hits like Secret Garden or later Crash Landing on You arrived, they weren't accidents. They were the result of years of quiet, strategic growth. Every legend has a beginning. For Hyunbin, it wasn't loud. It wasn't easy, but it was real. And maybe that's why his story still resonates today. So tell me, which early Hyunbin role made you a fan?